there, I'll make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York.
All right, how we doing? Welcome back to another episode of the Richie Hicks Jr. Sports Podcast here on Facebook Live and YouTube. I am your host, Richie, here with my guys, Ryan Shed and my man Idris Salam, aka Bosco from the Bronx. We've got a new guest in the house, Window 3. Please introduce yourself to our friends and fam out there.
My name is Book from New Orleans. I go by Socrates on Facebook. How's everybody doing?
What's up?
All right.
Pleasure to have you. Welcome to our show. And on tonight's show, it is the usual for the midweek. This week, one a little late on it. Week 10 NFL preview. We're going to be hitting every game in the league. And this is kind of the part of the year where I think a lot of teams are positioning themselves to make the run versus some teams, if you're going to find out right now, are they pretending? We already saw the ramifications and the effects of the NFL trade deadline as you saw some teams in complete sell mode. And, unfortunately, this week also brought some tragedy. I do want to hit on that before we get into anything game-related, as the Dallas Cowboys lost a very young man this past week. And, facts continue to come out about the situation. And the situation is not ultimately what I do want to speak on. It's always terrible. It's always terrible when anyone, young or old, but especially young, views suicide as the best option. And that's the part that hurts, and there has to be, on some level, I believe, a bigger check to make sure, like, hey, are these guys really doing okay? Because unfortunately, with the new information with regard to a lot of retired players suffering from CTE, we've seen it with some of the greatest players to ever do it, or just having a lot of trials and tribulations in their after football life, and without getting into the deets, because I don't really see the need to when more information is going to come out, I just want to say that my heartfelt condolences go out to this young man, Marshawn Breeland's family. It's just really sad.
Yep. Yeah, I agree, man. My bad.
Yeah. No, I just go ahead, Idris. I'm gonna circle back in a second.
Yeah, I agree. And on Facebook, I always talk about men's mental health, and I say people overlook it. And I explain to people that with us, our suicide rate is 4 times higher than women, but people don't realize that. Women they attempt it more, but we actually go through it. And I don't want to call it succeed, but you know what I mean. Yeah, and that's what I say. People, I'm not trying to give us men a pity party, but people need to realize, we go through a lot, and you never know what's going inside someone's head.
No, sir.
So, no, sir. And as much as I'm a Dallas Cowboy hater, I am, but I always got respect, and I show love, condolences, whatever I have to, because in the end, it's just a sport, and we're all people. We lay down. We're no longer football players. We are people. We're humans. The mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, husbands, wives. We're all that stuff. So that always comes first.
Very well said, brother. Very well said. Not to put any type of shadow over this, but rest in peace, Kyron Lacey as well. Same type of situation.
Same way. Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Young guy,
Mental health is a real deal, fellas.
Yeah.
Yep.
Rest in peace.
No, well said.
Kyron Lacey is
well said.
it's not too long ago with Kyron Lacey. It's not what long
Because when I said I was going to circle back,
yeah.
it brings the eerie feel of the Kyron Lacey situation. I mean, this is a talented young man, and you want to talk about information coming out. The sickening part about this is that it's looking more and more like, what so many came to instant conclusions on isn't even factual now. And that's a whole nother conversation that really is troubling for a litany of reasons. People in power, people withholding information, people tarnishing someone's reputation. Because, you talk about mental health, Idris, you talk about men's mental health. Well, another thing that real men take serious, their reputation. And when someone's reputation can be just ruined in a matter of minutes without adequate facts coming out for a litany of reasons, and when you see the result there, it's terrible. It's the worst. And this is a young man, just from the sports level, to put in perspective how good he was.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels, Malik Neighbors, you saw the videos of them speaking to him on their particular draft day, talking about how he was up next. I was mocking that kid to the G-Men. I wanted him and Neighbors opposite of one another.
Exactly.
But when I saw the ultimate result, but not even the result, we all know that's a tragedy. The lead up and the lead up and the lead up and the misinformation. Yeah. And it just goes to, that is not to say, no matter how guilty or how much the perpetuation of facts might happen in the media, I think it's our responsibility to let everything come out before we pass judgment.
Yep. Exactly.
Agreed. Well said.
Shed, anything you want to add to this before we move it along?
No, just mental health's a real deal. You never know what's going on in somebody. And I mean, but the problem today, too, is it was a college game. All these kids are getting NIT money now.
Yeah.
And you see these guys coming on like, I'm so sorry to the fans, and they're torn apart because now that they're paid and we can all donate as fans to their salaries, sort of, right? So, all the fans feel like they're paying them now, so they're entitled to rip these 18-year-old kids apart. It's an absolute sham. It's so disgraceful to do something like that. You don't reserve the right to trash a kid that's playing for a college team just because they have NIL money. I said NIL money.
I know what you meant. I knew you'd circle it back. I know what you meant.
This is complete nonsense. That adds to the mental health aspect of it, though.
The pressure.
It's absurd. It needs to stop.
It is. You nailed that shit.
Super recently, Giants place kicker Graham Gano during the week talking about how he I see what you're trying to do.
You got a shadow in the back. What's name is in the background?
Graham Gano's talking about since the sports betting becoming more prevalent in various states, how he's getting all kinds of messages, get cancer, kill yourself, just the most deplorable crap. The most deplorable crap. And it's like, people, you got to do better, because at the end of the day, they're trying to do their job, but they're also under the microscope of the four of us and the masses that love this sport.
We all get mad, but
it's better, people.
Yeah, we get mad. We get mad at our players and everybody, but there's no reason to make we're Giants fans. We should be angry at the world, but there's no reason to threaten someone's life, man.
No. That's a whole other layer.
You said what?
Who threatened someone's life?
Oh, they were doing that to Graham Gano, our kicker.
Yeah, he shared in an interview recently. He was kind of going into his frustrations about how he's just been injury marred, and now apparently he's got an issue with his spine, and it looks like an early retirement might be in his immediate future, because Younghoe Koo, it looks like, might be taking the kicking duties for the Giants this week. But Gano was very blunt about it, sharing with the New York and New Jersey media that fans, I don't even want to call them fans, really.
Nah.
But,
Idiots.
and, Aaron Judge checked a lot of Yankee fans, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I get mad, but I'm not that mad. I'm not.
No.
No. What?
No, there's
Put more pressure on the
compartmentalization.
player. You put more pressure on.
You got to compartmentalize this stuff. At the end of the day, we all love this game. It's a sport.
It's a sport, entertainment.
Absolutely. And anybody that thinks that it's easy to play in the NFL, there's a reason why they're a small part of the population that were blessed and good enough to get to that level, period.
Yeah.
True.
All right. We're going to start this up. Atlanta Falcons heading to Indianapolis.
Berlin.
Yes. Idris, you nailed it. He loves to talk about it. I love to give him the shine on it. Daniel Indiana Jones. Idris predicted a comeback player of the year caliber season. I alluded to it, but wasn't as passionate as Idris, having, be on this side of it and seeing where things didn't go. I'm Sauce Gardner, the newest Indianapolis Colt. Hell of a pickup, gentlemen. You're getting a generational
you traded
talent
within your division. That division of conference.
Well, once upon a time, it was in the division.
Yeah, it used to be in the division.
Yeah, correct. But it's a good get for the Jets. They need draft capital. They need all the picks.
They got a lot of it. They got a lot back too for that.
Yeah, they got to figure out what their vision is. But as Sauce Gardner goes, I'll tell you, man, Irsay's daughter has really taken a hands-on approach with this organization.
She's awesome.
And they have one bad game in Pittsburgh. She's on the phone. Okay, what do we need? What do we need? What are we doing wrong? You would hope that anyone running your team has that kind of passion.
Yeah.
Because there's levels to it. And I'm sure people in Miami, you look at some of the less fortunate teams in the league.
Here too.
Yeah, it makes you wonder. Mr. Mara is
fighting cancer right now.
But even before, the unfortunate cancer diagnosis, a lot of people questioned his commitment. And we all know that when you're going through a life-threatening situation like Mr. Mara is, there's going to be other people that have to be stepping in on a higher level. But, hopefully, like I said about these maniacs that like to talk ugly to people, I would like to think that they're going to, not get in his inbox and start talking ugly too, because I thought that they at least set up a foundation here. But as the game goes, how did the Falcons upset the Colts? I think you got to run the rock, man, and you got to run it efficiently and effectively, and you've got to do everything you can do to keep the Colts to minimal possessions. They are the better team. They're the more dynamic team. That's how you score the upset. I'll give my pick in a moment. I'm going to pass this around. Whoever wants to step in at this moment, by all means.
Go ahead, Idris. You got it. You're going to have the touchdown dance.
Thank you. Well, I'm going to brag a little bit more, y'all.
Here we go.
Because I'm feeling good about it. Ladies and gentlemen, when Daniel Jones signed with the Indianapolis Colts, I said it to the world. Daniel Jones will be comeback player of the league, and the Indianapolis Colts will make it to the playoffs. Everybody called me delusional, not delusional, delusional. You are crazy.
Delusional is diabolical.
They said, dude, that they called me, you are crazy. You think right. I said, Daniel Jones needs a coach who's going to coach.
They called him a few other things.
They called him a few other things too. I said, Daniel Jones is Josh Allen without the tutoring. This man is leading the league in passing yards. This man is at the bottom of turnover. Something he had a problem in New York.
Yeah, a little bit of a problem.
His team has the best record in the league. His running back is the number one rusher in the league.
Max, let me ask you this question. What do you think his issue was in New York? We see he can play. He can clearly play. Coach? Okay.
Well,
they
never, lot of it. Not just
never played
boys.
to his thing. Shane Steichen in Indianapolis is running the offense he ran at Duke. He said, "This is what you do. I'm gonna run the ball. You don't have to throw, but he's throwing 25 times, 30 times a game, and his accuracy is like 65, 69%, something like that. Something like that. I can remember.
He's shutting up a lot of naysayers that said he can't stretch the field out.
So
he can't throw the big rocket. He has done that this year.
They're playing to his strengths. When they get down to the goal line, it's Josh Allen. He's going right over the top every time. My score this game, Indy, Atlanta's still hurt. That defense is like hurting. I'm gonna go Indy 31 with Sauce back there too. I'm gonna go Indy 34, Atlanta 20.
Now, just to let you know, this is a neutral site game. It is going down in Berlin. That'll be the early game.
I don't care if they're playing in Saudi Arabia, Saturn, that damn satellite that's flying around the earth or whatever, that big ass rock. I don't care if they're playing in heaven, hell, my backyard, McCormick Field in Asheville, or freaking Houston Astrodome that's not even there anymore. Or is it? I don't think it is. The King, what's the Kingdome in Seattle? I don't care where they're playing. The Colts are gonna run the Colts. they're gonna run Atlanta. Put your money. You're gonna win. I got you. If you lose, I'm only human. But Indy's gonna win. I'm gonna say 34-20. The hell with that.
Go ahead, Buke.
34-17. Score.
So I didn't realize it was on a neutral site.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Atlanta. Yeah, I love the coach. Shane Steichen is one of my favorite coaches. So I got to let everybody know I'm not just saying Atlanta just because. Shane Steichen, I love Shane Steichen. It's a travesty that Anthony Richardson wasn't able to get it together with Shane Steichen because he's such a genius and such a quarterback whisperer that showed me that you don't have much of a work ethic, bro. If you can't get it together with Shane Steichen, that's more telling on you. But so I'm gonna go to Atlanta, neutral site. They're coming off a loss, a tough loss to New England in a great game. So I think their backs are to the wall. They want to get back into place in a division in a pretty competitive division. Although my Saints aren't that good in the division. The division is pretty competitive. Tampa's leading the way. Carolina, we got Carolina jockeying for position, but they have the best running back in the league this season, Bijan Robinson. Did you say he was hurt?
No, Bijan's playing.
Defense. The defense.
Yeah, he was referring to the defense being a little dinged up.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. They're the best running back, the best playing running back in the league, and also I feel like Drake London is entering his official prime. He had 9 catches for 3 touchdowns this week.
He looks good.
It's good.
And you get a Sauce Gardner. I don't know how much he's going to play. I don't know what they're going to do at that position. But Drake London is going to be a problem. Bijan Robinson is going to be a problem on a neutral site. I got Atlanta 24-20.
All right. Shed, what you got, man?
Indiana Jones is going to take this quest for the Lombardi Trophy through Berlin. It doesn't matter where he plays. He's riding his steed in there on his cowboy hat and his lasso. He is going to straight up demolish these Atlanta Falcons. I apologize. He's just going to straight up take his crew. Sauce Gardner is going to have some sort of effect on it, but it's not going to be enough. He's not going to play enough to make that much of a difference, but it won't matter because Daniel Jones and Jonathan Taylor and Michael Pittman and crew will find that holy grail in Berlin and carry that torch to the victory lane, boys.
Amen.
Amen. Crazy.
Is that you, Shad, with the music?
Yeah, that's Indiana Jones, baby.
That's what I thought.
That's Indiana Jones. You don't mess around
I'm
on
looking
this
around
show.
like, where the hell is that coming from?
We don't mess around on this show. Come on now.
To Buke's point, I do think the neutral site favors Atlanta, but not on the level of winning. I think it's going to be a one-score game. I think it will be competitive. This is the first adversity that Indianapolis truly faces this year, as they, squandered 5 turnovers last week, still found themselves in a position to only be down a score, which I think says they're a gutsy squad. I like the Colts to win this thing. I'm going to go 30 24. 1-score victory. I think Sauce Gardner is going to be on a pitch count while he's probably learning all the nuances of their defense that they run. But anytime Sauce is on the field, and especially in a more healthier environment, he's got to be thrilled. He probably hasn't felt this good since he was at Cincinnati, because he has not had any success in the NFL. And usually most people that go to the Jets don't.
Let me
I
ask
didn't
you a
give my
question.
final score, so I'm going to say 27-17 Indianapolis, by the way.
Let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think the trades that the Jets made, do you think they should have, or they should just played it out? Or, I mean, like, what? Do you think, like with Sauce, letting Sauce go, and I think with Quentin Williams too, didn't he?
Yeah.
Quentin Williams went to Dallas, and Dallas gave up a second and a first. I mean, that's absolutely obnoxious.
That was absurd.
So Dallas they could have paid Micah, by the way.
They could have paid Micah that money.
And now they lost a second next year and a first the following year.
Jerry's stirring it up.
But exactly, you heard what he said, right? When things get slow, I like to stir that shit up. I love Jerry, man. I love Jerry. I love Jerry.
But the money, y'all make sense when y'all bring up the money, though. I like that trade, but the money, though, it didn't make sense.
The money's insane, yeah.
I agree with parting with a guy like Sauce, even though he's a great player, for the sheer fact, similar to the same way I agree with the Giants letting Saquon go. By the time you get back to relevancy, where's he going to be in his career? Not to mention that if you pay a player like him or Saquon, they are low-value positions in terms of the free agency market. What can you add? I thought the Giants added a lot of talent by allowing Saquon to go. That's not going to reflect the first year,
right?
When Saquon ran for 2K and you had guys like Drew Lock out there. But in the grander scheme of things, I think the Giants have the opportunity to have the triplets again. We'll see if those kids can stay healthy, God willing.
Well, Quentin Williams was a head scratcher for me. I mean, he's an all-pro.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
He was the freaking defensive
that's
tackle.
Yeah, that's your guy.
One of the best in the NFL when he's healthy. Yeah. But what Dallas gave up for him, I mean, if you're the Jets, you'd be stupid not to take it.
Yeah.
Like,
You're
you're getting a second and a first the following year. Like they're in rebuild.
No, I tend to agree.
But, I mean, just like
and the way Dallas is going to turn out,
like,
that first and that second is going to be great.
Time.
Yeah.
So
it's a good move for anything the Jets could move and get premium draft capital. It's a good move because this is a team that lacks an identity. They haven't had an identity, to be frank with you, probably since Hard Knocks. Hard Knocks, when everybody was on the Jet train and Method Man and all the celebrities were coming through. Ray Donovan was hanging out with AR-8. Everybody was hanging out. Everybody was celebrating. Nothing happened yet.
Nope. They
haven't done anything since 2010, 2009, Rex Ryan. Why that man hasn't gotten a second look is beyond me. I think it's a personality thing, but that man could coach defense.
I got a question for y'all three. I need y'all to put your hands up first, because I don't need y'all Googling. Put your hands up. Hands up. Hands up. Don't shoot. Here's the question. What team has the longest – put your hands up, Richie. What team has the longest playoff drought winning the game? What team?
Miami Dolphins.
There you go. Miami Dolphins.
Boom. Good for you. 2000. That was quick. That was good.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. He knows, man.
Good for you, Chad.
Shout out to Ryan for that one. Shout out to Ryan.
Yeah, that's Because a lot of people think it's the Jets. No, it's the Dolphins. They're rivals.
All right, moving it along. It's going to be all purple as the Ravens travel to Minnesota. 3-5 are the Ravens. 4-4 are the Vikings. One of the toughest games to call this week, in my opinion. Lamar Jackson's return brought more functional offensive game as the Ravens destroyed the Dolphins last week. Winning back-to-back road games, no matter who you are, is always a challenge. That's what the Ravens face. And on the flip side, J.J. McCarthy did something that kind of surprised me, because when Carson Wentz went down for the season, I was very skeptical if J.J. McCarthy was going to be okay.
I thought it was over.
I mean, I'm thankful that we have him here in window 4. You know, it serves the show. But you never want to see guys get hurt. And, but seeing McCarthy jump into the mix and looking like in his young career, because this essentially is his rookie year. Last year he was hurt all year.
Yeah.
You know, being able to get the ball to his playmakers and trusting the coaching, because Kevin O'Connell, that's a quarterback school there. We saw what he did bringing Daniel Jones's confidence up. We saw what he did bringing Sam Darnold's confidence up. You know, he got Sam Darnold a nice contract in Seattle. So I have every reason to believe that he's going to do his due diligence to get J.J. McCarthy out of like the narrative that he's just a game manager that won with great players at Michigan. There's more to that, I think, and I think it'll reveal itself in time. I think both these teams have the ability to run the ball. You know, both these teams have the ability to run the ball. But I believe that Lamar Jackson versus Brian Flores, that's the matchup that I love because I think Brian Flores is doing great things schematically with the Vikings. This is another dude that when you go back and revisit the controversy that was Brian Dable getting the job over Brian Flores put a class action lawsuit against our team, the Broncos, among others. And a lot of people felt like he got unceremoniously canned in Miami when he's been more successful than the guy who replaced him, and he's been more successful than the guy that he replaced. Yeah. So Brian Flores very, very well could be up for a head coaching gig in the near future. Do I regret that the Giants didn't hire him? I don't know, man. Outside of that one Cinderella season, it's been a lot of tough sledding for us. Mm-hmm. But that's the matchup. It is, can Brian Flores neutralize Lamar Jackson, get him uncomfortable outside the pocket, and can the Minnesota defense dictate the game? Can they slow down King Henry? Can they prevent Lamar from making big plays with his legs? Because that's always a dual weapon with Lamar. Lamar's got a phenomenal arm. He's really, upped his game the last couple of years where a lot of people were putting him in the category as just an athlete. Yeah. But he has really worked on his precision passing. So I personally think that with the struggles of the Steelers lately, Baltimore, after the horrid month and a half of just losing football, they could actually come back and win this division. But I think you're looking at a game that they're going to have to outscore the Vikings because the Baltimore defense is still not where it should be. It's not quite as horrendous as Cincinnati's, but it needs to be better. I mean, what do I take from the Miami game? I don't know yet, man, because Miami's been a hard team to figure out like what went wrong. Because even when they had problems, they knew how to score points. That was Mike McDaniel's whole, calling card thing. But give me the road team here in a tight one. Yeah, well, you got all these quarterback whisperers and you got all these guys that are supposed to be offensive gurus. And being a Giant fan, I'm getting to the point where I want to see proven guys moving forward. Yeah. But I like the road team here in a tight one. Give me the Baltimore Ravens 24. We're going higher than that. Give me the Baltimore Ravens 34. Give me the Minnesota Vikings 27. I think there's going to be some points up in this one. But when it comes down to these kind of shootout kind of games, I'm going with the guy that's done it more, and that guy is the perennial MVP, Lamar Jackson.
Okay. I'm with you too. I think Florida's going to have a lot of work to do because Action Jackson's a whole different dynamic, and you got King Henry back there, so you got to watch them both. You have Isaiah Lively, Zay Fly. I mean, you got some offense out there. The defense is weak, especially on the back end. You expect, the last 3-4 years, that defense has been like horrid, man. But I think they'll get to JJ McCarthy though. I think JJ had a good game last week. He had a great game last week. His best game of the season.
Yeah, in Detroit's backyard. That was impressive.
Yeah, for the time. But like you say about Detroit, you don't know who's going to show up with those guys. So, but I think with this one on the fast track, Lamar and King Henry on the fast track, it's going to be hard to stop them. Noah. So I'm going to go Baltimore 31, Minnesota 20. I think that 20 will be a late. I think it'll be a late 20, maybe a field goal to make it 20 or a touchdown late. But I think it'll be. I just don't see much of a game past halftime. I think it'll be too much King Henry.
I share your sentiments completely. I really do.
Good, Butte.
Dang, I got to be the one to do this again. I'm going Minnesota.
Oh, okay.
Minnesota. Based on reasons Richie pointed out, that Baltimore defense is not the same. Bonnet defense that Lamar Jackson had years ago when they held Patrick Mahomes scoreless in the second half of the AFC Championship game in the playoffs. Obviously, AFC Championship game, but that's not the same defense. And him having to hold the burden of lifting the team on his shoulders aren't big enough for that yet. So I feel like Minnesota, they're going to come with a game plan to keep him, the strength of the team, on the sideline and maneuver. I feel like they have the better team, balanced team, overall offense, defense, and they're going to win. I got the Vikings 27, Baltimore 20.
Okay, one-score game still. You got a one-score game as well, just going the other direction.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm with Buke. I like Minnesota at home.
I like this. We're going to split this. I like when we split.
It's tough to win in Minnesota, boys, and that defense is for real. And JJ McCarthy did look good last week. I mean, I still am not going to give him the reins, but here's what I like. I like Jordan Mason a lot to run the ball. That Baltimore run defense is not very good. Aaron Jones is coming back. I like that. I like Hawkinson. I like Addison. I like Justin Jefferson still. If he had, Josh Allen throwing him the ball every week, he still is the best wide receiver, the most talented wide receiver in the NFL.
Yeah.
He just hasn't had a lot of support as far as people getting him the ball, including myself. So I apologize, Justin. I'm on the lam now. I'll do better. But I really think that Minnesota has Duke said, the more balanced team. And Minnesota's home. They're very tough to beat at home. Give me Minnesota to win 24, Baltimore 18.
All right. I guess we do have to talk about this. The New York Football Giants at 2-7 travel to Chicago, taking on the 5-3 Bears. The Bears have their sights set on not just the wild card, but a chance at this division. I've been saying it, gentlemen, for a couple of weeks now, consistently. I like the growth of Caleb Williams, and this is a quarterback who I have won on the record and just flat out said, I don't really like this dude.
Me too.
But that will not deter me from being honest and praising his hard work. He has been improving. This Bears defense is low-key good. And do the Bears finally find the right running back? Kyle Monaghay out of Rutgers? Yes, sir, possibly. And the irony, the Rutgers kid who could potentially stick it to the team that plays in Jersey, our Giants, who are depleted right now. What are the bright spots? There's literally two bright spots. Brian Burns leads the NFL in sacks. Jackson Dart seems to be making history consistently with his run and pass ratios getting into the end zone. And if you own Jackson Dart in fantasy, he's putting up some good numbers for you. Mm-hmm. But as the game goes, I would say pretty much since the end of the third quarter in the Denver game, I have not seen the Giants play a good quarter of football on defense. Unfortunately, I think that trend is going to continue. The Bears are running the ball very well right now and feeling good about themselves, and the New York Football Giants are a bottom 3 team against the run. You can't win in this league without stopping the run, and unfortunately, I don't think the Giants are going to suddenly stop the run this week. Give me the Bears 24, give me the Giants 16. An 8-point victory for the home team as the Chicago Bears continue to kind of lie in the weeds and try to get themselves back in position in this very competitive NFC North, who truthfully, it really is anyone's division. And that includes the Vikings. Like all 4 of them have a shot at this division, which speaks volumes about the competitiveness of the division. And at this juncture, gentlemen, I don't like losing. I don't like playing for drafts. But at the end of the day, winning isn't going to benefit the Giants much either outside of natural morale going into the new year. We know the injuries. We know what we need moving forward. At this point, I'm over here envisioning who's the receiver that's going to be opposite of Malik Neighbors. Or are the Giants going to go get themselves another corner to pair with Paulson Adebo? These are things I'm thinking about. But they got to play the schedule through, and you want Jackson Dart to stay healthy. And quite frankly, I would love to see Jameis Winston get on the field at some point this year just because he's been such a damn good soldier and such a damn good mentor. But the Bears by 8, easy peasy. They got this.
Well, I've been called crazy, delusional, everything in the book. and I'm going with Big Blue this week. I think Brian Burns, the sack leader, I think he's going to get 2. I think Mr. Roaches, I just call him Mr. Roaches, Nunez Roaches, I Rocher, whatever you pronounce. Yeah, I think he's going to get himself.
You got it right,
one.
Nunez Roaches.
But yeah, I can call him Rocher. I like you use the French term too.
That's
Nunez
what I
Rocher.
thought coming when we first signed him. That's what I thought.
But that's what I call him, Nunez Rocher.
Yeah.
I like to call Roaches. But I think he'll get one. I think we'll play. I think we'll come to play this week. Dave will know this is it. He knows this is it. This is his swan song. And,
on the clock.
I don't think he's going to tank. I think he's going to have the boys out there and play.
I'm deeply moved about his swan song 2 and 7.
Oh yeah, I am ready. I'm ready for him to
Yeah,
go.
yeah. As you can see, I'm definitely emotional over this.
Yeah. So
No
I think
offense, Buke.
we're short.
We're the only team you beat.
Yeah,
So
I
while I have respect for that organization in New Orleans, I'm acknowledging that both of us are on a down year. But bro, we lost to you guys.
Yeah.
That just goes to show, like, what I saw against Philadelphia. It's starting to feel like it was months ago and not 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, but I just think I got that much faith in Jackson Dart. That boy has too much heart. And I don't think he's going to let that team. I don't think he's going to let that offense fall. If we lose, it'll be the defense giving up. And we're hurting on defense. We suck on defense. I don't even want to say his name. But he's just like Banks from a few years ago. But give me the Giants 27, Bears 21, because Caleb Williams has improved a lot. But up here, you hit him in the head a few times. It's if y'all don't know, that's the Good Humor Man in New York. I mean, Mr. Softy. I mean, or might be Good Humor. I can't remember. You hit him a few times, he starts getting. He wants to hold the ball. He wants to run around. Giants 27, Bears 21. We go to Soldier
The bigger
Field.
question, Idris.
Yeah.
Before we pass this along, were you hearing Mr. Softy when you used to be in the ring, or was that just being a New Yorker?
I was being in New York.
That's right. As a former boxer, I had to ask you that.
Yeah, it's being New York. I've never heard those sounds.
I hope not.
I got lucky. That's why I got them back there. I got it done.
All right. What we got, Buke?
So yeah, fellas, it's the U in my name is a short vowel, not a long vowel. So it's Book.
I'm so sorry. My bad, dude. Jeez.
What do you call you? What do you call you?
Buke.
Nah, it's all good. A lot of people do that. A lot of people do that.
All right. I'll remember it now.
This is like Duke, like Chapel Hill, North Carolina.
I was trying to get the name early. He's like, I don't know.
That's why I said Socrates. I was thinking Socrates. I don't make that mistake.
I just like I said. I don't know.
We wanted Jackson Dart. The Saints wanted Jackson Dart, but
Sure did.
they felt he would have been in the second round. We didn't think you guys were gonna come up, jump up, and try to grab Jackson Dart in the first round. We got caught sleeping at the wheel again, just like we got caught sleeping at the wheel in 2017 when the Chiefs jumped ahead of us to get Mahomes. So, yeah, we got caught sleeping at the wheel again. Man,
at least you're not a Bears fan. They actually thought Trubisky was better than Mahomes. That's even more crazy.
But imagine if Sean Payton would have had Mahomes.
Wow.
Sat behind Drew Brees for a few.
That would have been dirty, guys. Patrick Mahomes.
We'd have seen about 3 trips down in the bayou.
He's got 1 year behind Alex Smith and has been the NFL's most consistent winner. It's incredible. It's incredible.
Yeah, that would have been insane.
You see what he's doing with both teams?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That would have been insane. That would have been insane.
Look what he's doing with both
teams.
Yes. That would have been
you
insane.
see it on that sidearm throw. That's his dad all day. His dad was a major league pitcher.
Remember, he got Drew Brees later in Drew Brees' life. He got Drew Brees when he was younger.
Right. Those who
Well,
can't do teach.
Right.
I was fearful that Breeze was done in San Diego, like meaning done for real.
I
Like
did
what
too.
he was able to accomplish in New Orleans, career resurrection through and through.
Yeah.
Because the crazy thing is, nobody wanted Drew Brees,
Nobody
and the
wanted him.
Saints believed in him.
Nobody
And
wanted
he
him.
gets back in a big way for them believing in him.
I bet you Miami's like, damn, we had him.
Right. Right. It was the perfect situation.
No.
And you talk about colors of jerseys and how they kind of vibe with certain players. Let's not forget Purdue Boilermaker. The Saints have very comparable
Same colors.
uniforms.
Same colors.
Yes, sir.
The gold helmet. Yep.
Yeah, no, but yeah. So Bears Giants. Wait. Who are they playing?
In Chicago.
Giants are
Bears Giants. Yeah. So I'm going Bears. Although I love Jackson Dart, I'm going Bears. Where is this game being played at?
Soldier Field.
I don't care if it's on the moon. I don't care if it's in your backyard. Nah, I'm with you.
Yeah,
I'm with you all day. All day.
I think the Bears gonna pull this one out. I think they're gonna pull this one out. It's gonna be a close game. It's gonna be a low scoring game. I got the Bears 17, 16.
Low scoring affair. Low scoring affair.
Let's go. Defensive game.
Book, do you remember where I'm from? We talked about this earlier.
Who's that? Yeah, Rich Upstate. Yeah.
Oh, right. No, Ryan. Yeah.
Ryan. I'm sorry. Yeah, Upstate. Right.
The Utica area. So who from the Utica area played for the New Orleans Saints and won a Super Bowl with the Saints?
Say it again.
Who from the Utica area, Utica, New York area, played for the New Orleans Saints and won the Super Bowl with the Saints?
Oh shoot!
Was it our fullback?
From Utica, New York.
Who was our
Did
fullback?
he play receiver, Shed?
Nope.
He did
Fullback?
not play
Nope.
because I know Colston went to Hofstra.
So rest in peace. I'll give you a hint.
Oh, linebacker.
Nope.
No.
Will Smith?
I know he. Oh shoot!
Will Smith.
Will Smith.
He was from Utica. Yeah, and he's he grew up about 10 minutes.
Definitely.
15 minutes from me.
I never knew
that Will Smith passed away.
he was from New York.
Yeah.
Yep. He was from Utica, New York. Yep.
Utica upstate.
Oh, I didn't know that. He came down to the city, bro. He fell in love with the city.
Who can't?
He used to come back all the time and do football camps and stuff like that.
He was a funny man. That dude
it's hard
was
not
funny.
to fall in love with that city, man.
Dude, he
It's
was
hard
so
not to
quick.
fall in
My
love
mind that he passed. We lost
For
a
a big
players.
dude, he was
My
so quick. He was
Yeah.
so quick. You wouldn't think a guy that size, especially
he was fast.
me just
He
being
was
this
fast.
freaking
was
6
fast.
foot tall dude, like he's 6 foot.
He's one of the greatest Saints ever of all time.
He was
Oh
very good.
yeah. Sam Mills on that.
That's what I was
list.
thinking. Sam Mills at first.
Yeah,
Sam
Sam
Mills,
Mills was a beast.
Well, he said one Super Bowl. When he said the Super Bowl, though,
Yeah, that's
that
New
made it.
York.
That's showing the list.
New York.
It's showing the list, though.
Just a little fun trivia for you, but for the game, as the game goes,
Oh, yeah, trivia.
yeah, I like Chicago. There's just too much going on, dude. The Bears are home. They're on the up and up. The Giants are still on the. I'm at the 2-7 and probably finish in 2-15 era. Probably not 2-15, but you know what I mean, though. They're really
the Raiders, maybe.
Maybe
Commanders.
Maybe.
But, I like what Chicago's doing, and you guys touched on Caleb Williams and. Dude, Montague's coming in hot. I think Swift might be back this week though, so who knows what the carry will be like, the share. Either way, give me Chicago to win 27. Give me the Giants 20.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's 3 against 1. I will prevail. I like those odds.
I don't hate it.
Idris is man on an island here. We shall see. I hope you're right, Idris.
Idris Island, baby. Idris Island.
Yeah, exactly. But there's no list though. So no, ain't no list. I'm the only one there.
The Browns and the Jets. This is a good opportunity for me to turn my camera off and go stretch it out. Gentlemen, I'll be right back. Have at it.
Well, I guess I'll start this one off. As we already know, the New York Jets are having a fire sale. Well, they had a fire sale. They got rid of Quentin Williams, one of the best defensive linemen in the league. They got rid of Sauce Gardner. Very good corner that he will shut you down. But they got good draft picks out of it. Cleveland, on the other hand, is Cleveland. We know what Cleveland does. They don't do anything right. They try, but they're like Wile E. Coyote. They got everything in order. But when they going for it, it's poof. The road runner got away. But in this game, I do like Dylan Gabriel. I am a Dylan Gabriel fan. I might be one of the very few on the planet. I don't think it'll be enough to beat the Jets, even with the Jets. I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna go Cleveland. They got Myles Garrett, number 3 in the league in sacks. That defense will knock the hell out of you. The Jets defense got weaker, and they were already weak. They were already giving like 30 points a game. They were getting their ass whipped anyway. Now you get rid of your man in the middle, and you get up the corner. So what do you have? You got Breece Hall running the ball, but your quarterback Justin Fields, he can't stay on the field, right? Because he don't know what the hell he's doing half the time. So I'm gonna go Cleveland in this, man. I don't think Dylan Gabriel will do anything spectacular, but I think he will get a touchdown on the board finally, maybe a run by passing. I'm gonna go Cleveland 21, the Jets 17.
I'm gonna actually go the opposite way here, Idris. I think that with this fire sale that happened for the Jets, I think Aaron Glenn has that team, and I think Aaron Glenn is going to get these guys to play. I think that the Jets are going to show up, and they're home, and Cleveland's defense is legit. But again, I do think it's going to be a very low scoring game. But I do think the Jets actually show up, and they're going to be playing with a lot of heart and showing everybody that Aaron Glenn didn't lose the team, and we're still here to play. We're not going to just roll over because we lost Sauce and we lost Quentin Williams. Give me the New York Jets to win 13-10.
Okay.
Low scoring game. Not much to say about it really, but I mean, so at Breece Hall. Yeah. And if there is one weakness on the Cleveland defense, I mean, just run the ball. I mean, keep Myles Garrett, run away from Myles Garrett. Right?
Yeah, you're gonna have to
and get to the second level.
Yeah.
Justin Fields is still a good scrambler. He can make some plays with his legs. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
And Dylan Gabriel, I'm not sold on him. That you know what I mean? I know you like him.
Yeah.
And Joe was still a really good threat for them on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
And
I don't see that. I mean, I don't see him, but he's doing nothing. I like him, but he's not. I don't see him as a starter. I don't think he's a starting quarterback.
No, I don't think so either. I'd be honest, especially if they lose Idris. Yeah. I think you go to Shedeur, man. I think you give him a shot. Yeah, exactly. I think you give him a shot and see what he can do.
Yeah, but, I mean, you're not going to the playoffs. Might as well.
Jets win this game, and then you have Shedeur next week, and you just prepare him and try to see what he can do because Dylan Gabriel didn't give you anything, and obviously Flacco was there, but now he's on Cincinnati, so that's not going to play either. So,
all right, Book. So on you, we got Cleveland. So we got the Jets.
Jets Browns.
Yeah. They're playing in New York.
I'm going to agree with Ryan. The Jets have had a resurgence, being that they just went with their overhaul of star players. I got the Jets in this one. It'll be a good game, competitive game, but I got the Jets in this one, 24-14.
Let me ask you a question. Do you agree with what me and Shed saying about? Well, Shed said, but I agree about. If Cleveland loses this game, just go ahead and put Shedeur in and let him see what he got the rest of the season, or do you ride the rest of the way with Dylan Gabriel?
Yes, ahead of the guys.
Oh no, I agree. Yeah, put Shedeur in.
Yeah, might as well. I mean, what do you got to lose?
That was my point.
Yeah, what do you got to lose? You'll be 2-8. Yep. You're not making the playoffs. So, Jed, what up? Yeah, you might as well. I mean, see what he got. Because Dylan, as much as I like Dylan Gabriel, I do like him. Because I liked him in Oregon, I liked him at Oklahoma, but he's not a starting quarterback. I mean, I see him as a backup, and that backup, he might be third string. I mean, I don't know, but he's not a starter. I mean, I say give Shador a chance. Say, hey, let's see what this kid got. Because one of you guys is going to be gone next season, and we got to figure out which one we're going to keep. You know. So you, Rich?
Bosco. So here's my question. So what is Deshaun Watson? What's left on Deshaun Watson's contract?
I know he restructured it. So a lot of that money he got as a bonus. So now they're not as strapped as they're still pretty strapped.
I mean, like,
they're not as strapped as they were.
Does he have another year with the Browns?
He has. I think he has 2 years left.
Does he have another year with the Browns? Is what I'm asking.
Yeah, I think he has 2 years. 2 years left.
I can look this up on Spotrac. I'm going to take a look.
But he
so
did.
From the Browns, I'm going to put him on a feature Shador.
Yeah. Say again?
Yeah. So I'm going to feature Shador just to get his trade value up because I have Watson on the books for 2 more years or under contract for 2 more years. So why not either Shador will be who I need or Shador who be what I won't need, and I can go with Watson and I can trade Shador to get more assets. Like you need assets.
And also with Shador being he was a fifth round draft choice, if he looks good, that's your backup next year behind Deshaun Watson. If he elevates himself to say okay, or you can trade him for assets. Either way, I think the Cleveland Browns do well because he is a 5th round draft choice. So with that, you know, his contract is nothing, you know, but they got to do something, man. Cleveland is doing Cleveland things. You know what I
agree.
Gentlemen, they could void him at age 32, which would be 27 years old.
2 years,
but 2 years. Well, this year's halfway done, so you still got another league year next year. It might behoove. Man, that's a tough one. What you gotta hope for is that somebody would actually. There's nobody that would take that. That ruined the quarterback market. Actually, that hurt Lamar. That going back to that whole negotiation, that killed. That's why Lamar's like, I'm a former league MVP, and this dude's getting paid.
But let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. I know we get away from stuff, but okay, his contract is up. What happens?
It's not up for
what's his
2029.
Yeah. Well, I just looked here with the way that they restructured, they can move on in 27.
In 27,
on it now.
What's his market value?
0
at the Cleveland. My opinion, my bad. That's my son. He can wait. My opinion, his days after Cleveland, who's gonna grab him, man? At his age and what he's done, I mean. He hasn't done nothing physically. He's been beat up. I mean, I think somebody will take a chance on, but I don't think he'll be a starter. I mean, like, we need you, you know, like
Watson. Come on, Watson.
Yeah.
I think it's similar to Albert Hainsworth. I think he's going to be out of the league, but pretty much as soon as the Browns choose to no longer employ him, because you always have somebody out there that might be willing to take a chance.
Like the Giants.
I mean,
somebody.
You know, there's somebody. I mean, if Justin Fields doesn't.
Dolphins.
Raiders.
Boom! There it is.
The Raiders would do something like that. That's got Raiders written all over it.
Book just said it. The Dolphins. It wouldn't surprise me.
The Dolphins wouldn't shock me either. Yikes. 16-13 Jets. 16-13 Jets for the dub. Low scoring affair.
So I'm the one that picked the Cleveland Browns, huh?
You're on Idris Island again, bud.
Yeah, I'm not. Hey, getting my list together. Cleveland.
I squared, baby. Giants. I squared. Idris Island.
All right. Jets for the dub.
The home of Indiana Jones.
On the island.
Here we go.
New Orleans Saints 1-8 at the Carolina Panthers 5-4. Gentlemen, you know how they talk about trap games, right? And you know how this, regardless of records, is a division rival. We saw the Panthers start off slow. They've won, 4 of their last 5. Got some good victories against, some big-name opponents. Green Bay Packers, that's a good win on the road. They took Dallas to the wire. They beat them. They staved off Miami after a 17-point comeback to beat them anyway. So the point is, the Carolina Panthers are finding ways to win close football games, which is always a good thing for a team aspiring to go to the playoffs and further. Now you got Chuba Hubbard taking a back seat last week to Rico Dowdell. How that split is going to go, I think it's going to be pretty portioned on an even metric, kind of playing the hot hand. But it's a nice thing to have, kind of like when they had D'Angelo Williams and Jonathan Stewart running around.
Yeah.
It's a good problem to have.
Mm-hmm.
And, Chuba's been there for a long time. I said it last week. He used to back up run CMC, and he always stepped up whenever he had to.
Mm-hmm.
Bryce Young, in my opinion, still not where I think they would want him when they drafted him, but he is gaining confidence. I said it last week. They have a kicker who's been, in the big moments, converting. Now you play the Saints team, Tyler Show getting his shot at this now.
Yeah.
A guy that I admired at Louisville, but unfortunately the injury bug, because a lot of people said from a talent-based standpoint, if this young man didn't go through all the injuries, he would have been up there with Cam Ward in terms of evaluations and what he can do.
Mm-hmm.
I think this game is going to be a little closer than people are expecting because Carolina, it has caught some teams off guard. They've been charging. They've been giving everyone a hard time, but this one has trap game written on it. I think Carolina's going to pull it off, but I think the Saints are going to give them a lot more trouble than they're expecting. Give me the Carolina Panthers 24. Give me the New Orleans Saints 20. And I think Tyler Show is going to have some moments, but unfortunately, I think the play of the game might come down on the defensive side of the ball with a critical interception. But I think this is going to be a closer game than expected. It's still a division rival, and the Saints would love nothing more than to kind of kick Carolina and divert them from what they're doing, because Carolina is on Tampa's heels right now. And Tampa is more vulnerable than they've ever been with all the injuries. New Orleans is going to show up, Carolina by 4.
Yeah, Boop.
Okay. All right, appreciate that. Yeah, no, this game is about to get ugly. We just traded my favorite player, Rashid Shaheed, for the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, thanks for that, Book. Thanks a lot.
Hey, Chris Olave's sitting there like, man, you ain't put me in the suitcase with you, man.
Yeah, Olave wants out.
My favorite player, bro, is in Seattle. So there's less offensive firepower for a rookie quarterback on the road, his first road game.
Right.
Yeah,
this is about to get ugly.
I said that was a good point. Yeah. First road game, you got rid of one of his best offensive weapons.
Yeah, so his biggest threat on the offense at receiver is going to Seattle now. You're on the road in your first road game, and Carolina has the better run game. Carolina has the better, more balanced team. They have a more better coaching staff. I have Carolina 34, New Orleans 17.
Damn.
I'll be in Carolina this Sunday as I go down there. As I did with Dallas, as I did with the Bills. I'll be down there this weekend again. Well, I'll be in Charlotte, shall I say, because I'm like an hour and a half away. With Tyler Show, he's the guy I wanted actually in the draft. I knew he had a lot of polishing needed, but I figured when we had got Russ, Jameis, I said, well, we can draft Show and just run with Jameis because this season was going to be like, let's see what we got. I wasn't mad when we got Jackson Dart because as time went on, I was like, I like because I love college football, and I always liked Ole Miss because their uniforms kind of almost resembled the Giants. So I've always been that like, let me check out Ole Miss, and I seen Jackson Dart play, and I said, this guy got game. And when I heard he was looking at him, I'm like, boy, I hope we get this guy. With Tyler Show, he's need polishing, and like Book said, I think they just threw this guy in the deepest, the hottest fire around. You come into Carolina, and they're here and even I'm in Asheville, hour and a half away, and you can feel it here. And Charlotte last week, even though they was in Green Bay, it was freaking jumping. And it's been that way since they beat Dallas. It's been insane. So you put this rookie who already need polishing in there against this Carolina. Carolina has a good defense. Not great.
Yeah, they do.
But they got a good defense.
Yes, they do.
You put him going against them in Carolina. It's getting cold here. His best receiver is gone. Rashid is gone. Whew. This might be ugly. No, Mike. This gonna be ugly. I'm gonna go. I'm with Book, man. I'm gonna go 34-17, man.
All right.
And that 34-17 is not gonna look close, man. But I'll be at the game, y'all.
So these division games are always hard fought.
Yeah.
I think Tyler Shuck's going to show up. I think that he is going to play a better game than we all are going to give him credit for. I think you're going to see a lot of Kamara. At least if they're smart, they'll include a lot of Kamara and not try to make Shuck do too much. You know what I mean? And he still has his name's going to escape me. Who's their freaking tight end?
Not
Juwan Johnson, the quarterback.
Taysom Hill.
Yes, Taysom Hill. I think they're gonna include a lot of Taysom Hill in their schemes to try to catch Carolina off guard. I mean, all of this to say, I mean, Carolina's probably going to win the game, but the point what I was trying to make is I think that New Orleans isn't throwing in the towel. New Orleans is going to fight. It's a divisional game. They're on the road.
Yeah,
Shuck. They're gonna mix things up and set Shuck up to actually have some success. But in the end, it'll be all for nil. I mean, I still think Carolina will win the game, but I think it's gonna be a lot closer than what you guys think. Give me Carolina to win 20-17.
Yeah, he's a good. You know what? He's good. He needs a quarterback coach. I mean, I know Kellen Moore is, but he needs to be tutored because the guy, he's big, he's strong, he can run, but he needs to be tutored. I want him to look good, but that Carolina defense is going to be like.
Bro. Kellen Moore is not it, fellas. Fellas, listen, hold on.
I'll put it to you
Kellen Moore is not a head coach, fellas. He's a coordinator.
Nope.
He's not a head coach.
He's a coordinator. That's what I mean. He's a coordinator. He's not a head coach.
Just like a Josh McDaniels.
Yeah, he's a coordinator.
He's like a Jason Garrett. He has no backbone. He doesn't hold players accountable. He may have a good offensive mind, but he's not head coach material. He has nothing authoritative in his DNA. Nothing.
Nope. Yeah, I agree.
I have no issue with that takeaway because I have felt that way about both McDaniels and coordinators. Kellen Moore. There's others that you can name drop, but truthfully, that's a good assessment. Honestly, that's a really good assessment.
Yeah, I agree.
Last thing I want to say about this game, Carolina, like I said, they've risen to the occasion against teams that may be slightly better than them or right on even playing field. But part of being a good team is winning the games you're supposed to win, and that's why this game is dangerous despite the Saints having a tough first half of the year. So we'll see. Division rivalries, regardless of what we know and we see every week, they're
the
tough.
Giants beat the Eagles. There's your case in point.
Yeah, buddy, it happens.
So the Saints can beat the Panthers. I'm just saying it.
It can happen.
It can totally happen. Division games are tough. I'm not messing with you guys.
Yeah, no,
you're right.
Right.
Look, Carolina shut out Atlanta 31-0. Who expected that?
Right.
Good point.
Right. And mind
Man,
you,
they beat
Carolina
Green Bay.
was not, that Green Bay game was big. In Lambeau, that's a big time win.
In Lambeau, yeah.
But I've said it for a few weeks now, but I think the Packers
not.
are a little fragile. Packers do show some fragility. We're going to take it to H-Town. Jacksonville Jaguars on the road. No C.J. Stroud in this one for the Texans. Davis Mills is DeMeco Ryans' man this week. And speaking of DeMeco Ryans, he's a great coordinator now, a pretty good head coach, and he's got a really good defense,
Yes, he does.
He keeps that.
These guys, can they – I'll tell you what, man. When I watch these Texans play, I said if they can score 20 first, they'll probably win. Last week, it just seemed like they just couldn't get any more points, and it's unfortunate because their defense really had an outstanding effort for a good chunk of the game.
Yeah.
But it's only so long in an offensive-driven league that you're going to be able to hold down teams because, the rules really are geared for the offenses.
Yeah.
Jacksonville Jaguars, they bring in Jacoby Myers, good pickup, solid player, but they're dealing with their own share of injuries. You know, two-way star Travis Hunter out indefinitely, and they got to take their time. That is a very talented player, a very unique player. You take your time there. B2J, we'll see if he's going to be available. But regardless of the quarterback situation, because I'll tell you the truth, CJ Stroud, you said it to Brett last week, Idris, he has gradually regressed over the course of the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily think that his absence is going to prevent the home team from standing firm here. Give me the Texans in a close game. They've been on the wrong side of a lot of these one-score games. You know, they've been on the wrong side of them. This time, they're going to be on the right side of it. Houston Texans, 20. Jacksonville Jaguars, 17.
Yeah, I agree.
16,
Davis Mills,
2016.
Davis Mills been in the league 5 years or so.
Yeah, he's had some moments.
Yeah, he's had some moments. You know, he's a part of that team that Lovie Smith said, "We're not tanking. We're going to win this last game." You know,
Lovie had them
But
playing
he's
hard
seen
that
the
year.
bad. Yeah, and see, you know, the thing about that season, they played okay with him at quarterback. They couldn't win, but they played good. The defense was good, but the offense just couldn't get over the top. And I think Davis Mills, he's seen it. He's been there. He's seen the 1 in whatever 2 and 14 season. So I think he'll go in there and I think he'll do good. I think because he knows the offense. It's not like he's a guy like, oh, we got a new guy. I think he'll go in there and I think he'll do well. Jacksonville surprising me, 5-3. I thought they'd be like 4-4, something like that, or 3-5 right now. But they pull off some wins, you know. So, but I think Houston's going to come ready today. CJ Stroud's not in there, but I think they'll win. I think they're going to go. I'm going to go 28. Houston 28, Jacksonville 18.
18. Okay.
10-point spread.
So 10-point spread. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna agree with you. I like Houston. For whatever reason, CJ Stroud hasn't cooked this year. I love Davis as a backup. Davis is a gamer, bro. This game is tailor-made for him. The Jaguars are without their top 2 receivers. I see Houston cooking by 10 as well. I'm going to go 24-14. Houston. And a very good game. Very good game. You know, Davis and all that weapons.
It's going to be a physical battle.
It's going to be physical.
These two, this is going to be a very physical game.
Jacksonville's going to have to be physical.
Yeah, physical game. Yeah. I like Davis and all, though. I love that kid. He's a gamer, bro.
Yeah. He is. He really is.
He's a gamer.
I like Jacksonville, boys.
Damn shit.
Yep. And I'm gonna tell you why. Do you guys remember who the most takeaways the NFL was through 5 weeks of the season? The Jacksonville Jaguars. The most takeaways in the NFL through the first 5 weeks of the season.
They do have a good
Jaguars.
Yeah,
And they're healthy on defense, boys. They're still very good. Their offense is your questionable area. But here's what I'm going to say. They have a very fierce pass rush in Houston. So I'm going to say that they're going to solve that problem with a lot of Travis Etienne. I think that he is still very good. He is very fast. I think that they're going to scheme that up quite a bit. I still don't trust Trevor Lawrence. Where I'm going with this is going to be a low-scoring game, and who's going to make that mistake first. And with Jacksonville's defense, with those takeaways and their turnover differential, and Davis Mills coming off the bench, I know he's still been a gamer. I know he's still a backup, whatever. That's where I'm going with it. I mean, I think that he's going to make the mistake over Trevor Lawrence. So a low-scoring game, but I do like the Jacksonville Jaguars to be the winners here, 17-14.
Hold on, Richie. Wait, before you rebut to Richie, let me just talk to Ryan for 1 second. So if I'm D'Amico Ryans and I'm Houston, and I know the Jaguars' top 2 targets at receivers are down, I'm game planning for Etienne.
Yep. 9 in the box.
Okay.
Like,
Dare them to
Listen.
throw and dare them to beat you with somebody else.
8 in the box.
daring them, bro. Daring them to throw.
8 in the box.
Who's their coach again? Jacksonville?
Who is the coach?
Liam Cohn. Liam Cohn.
Liam Cohn.
Previous.
Liam Cohn. Since he's been there, that team has been playing so much better, and their whole freaking. I'm telling he's not a slouch, right? Like he is going to scheme something up.
Definitely changing the culture.
He is that's a much improved team all around. And Book, to your point, you are 100% correct. Do you stack the box though? Do you?
You know why I'm putting 8 in the box? I put 8 in the box, and I put 8 in the box. Let my
Brian
man
Thomas
put him
Jr.
on the island.
Brian Thomas Jr.
And see what happens.
Supposed to play. So Brian Thomas is still supposed to play.
He's out. He's been ruled out.
Is he officially ruled out?
Yeah, he's out.
Yeah, officially out.
He's out.
He's out, bro.
I'm still not changing my
I'm putting 8 in the box. Let my corners in my
defensive
safety
game.
I'm putting him on the island.
Defensive game.
It's gonna be a good game.
Okay, let's say this though. Let's say this though, Ryan. Oh, hold on 1 second, Bosco. Let's say this, Ryan. Jaguars have a better defense than Houston, right? But Houston's defense isn't that far away from Jacksonville's defense.
I wouldn't even agree with that. I think Houston might have a better defense than Jacksonville, personally.
I think Jacksonville
have they played better this season? I can't say they have.
I think Houston is more faster on defense. I think
Houston has
Danielle Hunter
victim of not having enough offense on the other side. Just my opinion. I think Houston week in and week out gets screwed by their offense.
Houston doesn't run the ball very well, so I mean, with Chubb's not who he used to be. You have Marks running the ball, who's been formidable. But again, I'd rather have, again, it's going to come down to who makes the first mistake, and I would put my money on Davis Mills over Trevor Lawrence.
Where's the game?
Houston. H-Town.
Oh yeah.
Well, but Jacksonville plays better on the road. Jacksonville plays better on the road than they play at home.
That's true.
That's part of the equation as well. It's not in Duval. It's in Houston, and they play better on the road than they do at home.
They do. You know what? Saying. I trust Davis Mills more. You know what? Since when Trevor Lawrence was in Clemson, I said Trevor Lawrence is a starter, but he ain't all that. And I'm sticking by my words. I trust Davis Mills more because Davis Mills is smart. He's not. I mean, he don't have the tools.
I don't hate him.
I'm not going to say
that's not where I was going with that.
Huh?
Well, I said,
no.
I wasn't saying that.
Oh no. I'm just saying that. I said I trust him more, regardless, because I just never really trusted Trevor Lawrence, man. That's all. To me, he's the same guy he was at Clemson. That's just what I see out of him. That's why I always felt Jacksonville is still being held back a little bit because Trevor Lawrence he just hasn't taken. It's like Justin Herbert. You're like, okay, you've done this now. Let me see a little bit more, and it's like I'm trying, but I can't give you that little bit more. I see
a defensive game,
huh? It's going to be different.
My overall point was it's going to be a defensive game.
Oh, so yeah.
Take the offensive out of it. Which defense is going to show up to make the offense make that mistake? And that's why I picked Jacksonville. But no,
I think Houston win by a 10-point spread, but I'm not looking at that 10 points. No, but I'm not looking at 10-point spread as like an ass-beating 10-point spread. It's like getting ahead. Y'all play it out, and they might jump out to like a 10-point lead at some point. But I think it's going to be a damn good game. The 10 points won't be indicative of how the game was played. It'll look more like a field goal.
It's going to be a good game with playoff ramifications, whereas the Jet Brown game might be good, but what's the worry there? Draft position.
Division ramifications. Who's going to win the division? That's
the Jets winning that game. You might have some Jet fans that are not too pleased. We'll see. New England Patriots at 7-2. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 6-3. Both these guys are leading their respective divisions. This is the first time these two teams have played since Tom Brady made his return to Gillette Stadium. That game ended on a missed field goal. That was quite a classic in that one. Tampa is down a lot of people. and they've been able to kind of overcompensate. You know, Rashad White has filled in well, Bucky Irving out, but the injuries to the receiving corps have kind of changed the narrative a little when Baker Mayfield coming into, say, a month ago or so, MVP candidate. Now the numbers are taking a little bit of a hit. And unfortunately, it just seems that, you know, they're going to be clawing and fighting until they get more healthy bodies. You know, Mike Evans could make the finale of the season. He should be back for the playoffs, assuming they get in. But this opponent right now, New England, undefeated on the road. This is a team that is believing, getting back to the winning culture that Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft implemented over a 2-decade span. You know, Vrabel was one of those guys for part of that dynasty. That's a dynasty that I separate in like 2 different parts. The reason I like the Patriots to win the ball game here, similar to what Shed said, how he has an opinion on which quarterback will make the boo-boo first. I personally think that the New England Patriots were a little lackadaisical last week. They had some sleepy moments against the Atlanta Falcons at home. I don't think in sunny Tampa that's going to happen 2 weeks in a row. I think New England is going to exploit Tampa's weaknesses, mainly on some of the injuries. And I also think that two-headed monster that could be, this is one of those games where both those guys could shine. Trevion Henderson, Ramondre Stevenson. Of course, Stevenson, over the years, people have been concerned about the fumbling issues.
I was walking myself back. Sorry, guys.
All right.
I keep forgetting you got there. I don't know why I ain't used to it yet, shit.
Yo, I didn't. So I never gave my weather.
Throw you an alley last week. Oh, I was like, hit the music, but I think Idris wasn't catching it. But I didn't want to make it like start annoying the man because you either strike it quickly.
I caught it last week.
So Richie, I never gave the weather report for upstate New York. By the way, the winds are freaking like 60-mile-an-hour winds. It's like freaking madness up here. So I think my internet went out for like a hot minute. That's why I dropped. But
hey, I gotta run right quick, y'all.
All right.
I gotta take care of something. Let me get my little picks right quick. Green Bay, Chargers, Frisco, Detroit, and Seattle.
All right.
All right, y'all. Salami and bacon. Yo, no.
Idris, good. I'll be talking to you, man. Good to see you.
Salami and bacon.
All right, back to the game. I like the Patriots to win this on the road and keep their perfect record on the road. If my memory serves me right, I think the last time the Patriots were undefeated on the road at this juncture of the season, you might have to go all the way back to 2007. Don't quote me on that, but I am interested to check that out because obviously they had the undefeated regular season that year. But the Patriots right now, to me, have the confidence of a team that could play in anyone's backyard. That's part of that road warrior mentality. And Mike Vrabel has his team believing. Drake May, every time I see this kid, it's like what I thought he could have been at a UNC. And I've never been big on ACC quarterbacks, so I was a little like skeptical coming in. But, outside of Steph Diggs, there's a lot of receivers that you don't know their name and you might not catch them in the supermarket. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't asking for a turn. I was saying Drake May is playing like a top 5 quarterback in the NFL.
Oh, my fault.
Yeah, no, good.
No, my fault. But I was rapping on that. I like the Patriots right now. Now, if Tampa was at full strength in their own backyard, I would probably have a different opinion. I like what Tampa's been doing, able to survive, but I think some of that's circumstantial. And if
the game is in New England?
Game's in Tampa.
Maybe not.
Oh, it's in Tampa?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I like the road team here. I like the road team. I think Tampa and Carolina are probably going to go down to the wire. And Tampa, I just hope they don't rush Mike Evans back a week or two too early out of desperation. And Bucky Irving, man, that injury that he caught in the Jet game has just obliterated like
what was his injury?
Functionality. I believe it was a high ankle sprain, if my memory serves me right. But he's been out of action pretty much since the Jet game. I think the Jet game was like week 3 or 4.
Okay.
That was a game that Tampa had to win on a game-winning field goal. But yeah, give me the Patriots here. I got the Patriots winning 26-20. Road team for the dub.
Okay.
I like New England on the road here. Baker Mayfield's been playing at MVP level, which I like. I think Rachaad White is definitely formidable. That Tampa defense is still kind of leaky, if you ask me, with Drake May throwing the ball. And I like New England's run game a lot, and that defense is legit. That back end with Christian Gonzalez is just gonna shadow Mbuka. I think that shuts him down.
Can you please grab me a bottle of water, kiddo?
That's the matchup of the week right there. Yeah, no, true.
Mbuka versus Christian Gonzalez. Yeah, I think that's going to be great. If New England's smart, they'll have him shadow him. I don't know if they will. But either way, I like New England to win on the road here. I do think it's not going to be a higher scoring game, just like the Jets. It won't be that low. But yeah, give me New England to win 20 and the Tampa Bay Bucks 14.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow your suit, Ryan. I'm going New England, heavy New England. I think we all picked New England, right? Rich.
Yeah.
This is our first sweep.
We all picked New England. Yeah, the Bucks, like you say, they're just too many injuries. New England they're full steam ahead. They have a better team. They have a great coach. I love Todd Bowles. He doesn't get enough credit for what he's done with the resurgence of Baker Mayfield. But that's another conversation. But yeah, New England, they're too much for Tampa right now. I got New England 30-20.
All right. Road team, 10-point victory. We are all on the Patriots. That's our first sweep because if I'm not mistaken, I'll rewatch the show. I think Idris picked New England as well on his way out. All right.
He did.
Arizona Cardinals traveling to the 12th man. You got the 3-5 Cardinals coming off a dub. Seattle Seahawks at 6-2. A lot of people are surprised that the Seahawks are there. Jackson Smith-Njigba, this kid has made a mammoth jump, and it was a big reason why Seattle felt comfortable moving on from DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
Seattle has a lot of tenacity on defense. They're always near the ball. They're always around the ball. They're an aggressive unit. You know, occasionally you're going to burn them downfield because of the aggressive nature of their defense, but I like the way they play defense. Any given Sunday, you know, you mix Charbonnet and Walker, it could be a beautiful thing. I like what Jonathan Gannon was able to get out of Jacoby Brissett pretty much since he's been the starter for these Cardinals. The fantasy numbers don't lie. That's why I picked him up out of desperation. This man's been putting up over 25 points for the better part of a month as the Cardinals' backup QB, and now with Kyler Murray missing at minimum another 4 games, it's Jacoby Brissett's biggest opportunity in quite some time. He's always been a capable guy when called upon. You know, he came up with a winning culture with New England. This is a guy that has always done better than I think people would assume he would do. I will say this, though. He put up some good numbers against 2 good defenses in Green Bay and Indianapolis. So when I was reading like the report about how this could be his toughest test, I think maybe from the noise element it could be, but I don't think that Brissett will be out of his game by any means. I do like the home team because the Seattle Seahawks are a better team right now, but I think Jonathan Gannon's team will compete. They fight hard for their coach. There were some rumblings about would he be on the hot seat. I hope not for his sake. I think he's a really good football coach. But give me the Seattle Seahawks 34. Give me the Arizona Cardinals 24. I think you might be getting some garbage points if you're a fantasy owner of Brissett this week, as am I. We'll see how that plays out. And I'm going to give a second here to see how the rest of the panel feels about this one.
Yeah, so just like the New Orleans Saints game versus the Panthers, even though that seems like it's a lopsided victory for the Seattle Seahawks here, even and they're home, just like the Carolina New Orleans game. I do like Arizona to put up a good fight here. Those Cardinals, ever since Jacoby Brissett has taken over, which is I think is a little hidden item here that Kyler Murray is getting on IR because they're done with him. I don't think that he's going to play another snap for the Cardinals. Jacoby Brissett has completely turned that team around. As far as the offense goes, losing James Conner earlier in the year kind of hurt them a lot. But Their running game still, they're making do with what they got. Trey McBride is a emerging star tight end. He's very good. I mean, you have Marvin Harrison Jr. on there as well. And that Arizona defense isn't terrible. That said, Seattle's got a lot of good pieces all around the field. They're banged up on defense. But again, I like the word trap game that we keep using and people always use here, because Arizona is a divisional opponent. They're on the road. They're probably being overlooked a little bit. Give me Arizona on the upset, boys. Give me Arizona to go. Seattle's been playing worse at home than they have been on the road. They have 2 losses, including against San Francisco, and Seattle's definitely right now a better team than the Niners are. And then they were both very healthy when the season first started. So give me the Arizona Cardinals on the upset on the road. How about 20-17 Arizona?
Okay, close game. Okay, I'm not mad at that, Ryan. I'm not mad at that, Ryan. On the road. No. I'm not mad at that, but I got Seattle, man. They got a new toy. They got a new Corvette. Rashid Shaheed, like I told y'all, my favorite Saints player, kick returner / receiver.
Yeah, he's dangerous.
I mean, Sam Darnold has a new toy. It's gonna be crazy. You got Jacoby Brissett, so the offense is gonna be limited. But to Ryan's point, though, they're gonna fight. Though they're gonna fight. That team, they don't have quit in them. They're gonna fight. But Seattle is they're gonna be a little too much. That defense is underrated. That defensive line is underrated. They're top 5.
Yes, they are.
Line? Oh my God. They
got my former favorites, Leonard Williams.
You could eat shit, Richie, for trading that asshole to the fucking Seahawks.
Yeah, man.
I traded good freaking players to the goddamn interdivision, you bastards.
Yeah.
Where did that line come from? Leonard Williams? Are you serious, bro?
He's nasty. The Giants got rid of his ass.
Oh my gosh, bro. So
one of the biggest negotiation problems was there with his agent is that there's a different pay scale when you're talking, defensive tackle. Is he an end? Is he a linebacker? He's very versatile. One of the best
big boy
comparisons that I ever heard, who Leonard Williams reminds people of yesteryear, would be like a Merlin Olsen, actually. Believe it or not, Charles Davis busted that fact out on Madden. And when I kind of did a little research, I was like, man, I can see the comparison. But
he's a beast.
No, like Seattle's front has been very menacing. And this is once again, just like a couple of other divisions we speak on. Seattle could very well win this division.
Absolutely. They haven't played the Rams at all yet this year. They have I think they play the Rams twice the next 4 weeks. So yeah, those are going to be we'll see what that. There'll be some hard fought games.
So you're going upset, and I got Seattle here.
Trap game. That's all.
I got Seattle. Double digits.
Yeah, I got them by 10. I got them by 10 at least. Washington Commanders hosting the Lions. This is a rematch of last year's playoff game. Much different scenario with regard to the Commanders as Marcus Mariota gets another start. I said it last week, and I was kind of pissed about it. You would have thought that I was a Commanders fan. I'm just more of an advocate for protecting players and common sense. What happened to Jaden? He was also on my fantasy team. Jaden Daniels should have never been in that game last week. Dan Quinn, very, very stupid move for a coach who's been around for as long as he has. The Commanders just have too many things wrong right now. You have younger brother Christian McCaffrey on the shelf. Terry McLaurin has been battling injuries all year. This is a team that, unfortunately, I said it coming into the season on our NFC East preview. The injuries are catching them, but long before the injuries are forecasting what was going to be up with this team. The Eckler one also hurts because they have not been able to properly replace that versatile running back. Krasky Merritt is a decent piece. You need more back there. You need more. They traded Brian Robinson willingly to your 49ers as well. I think what happened last year with Washington's ascension had a lot to do with a soft schedule, They played the Lions when the Lions were decimated. And when they went to Philly, that was the Saquon Barkley show. That was basically the Philadelphia offensive show, just through and through. I'm not sure where the Commanders are as an organization after this year, because I'm starting to believe in my heart that what happened last year with the Commanders was a bit of a facade. And young Jaden Daniels, unfortunately, if they do, they can't put him in these kind of positions to get injured like that. When you're losing by 22 points, the game's decided, it's ridiculous. Plus, I believe that young man was playing on a hammy that's not exactly all the way back, because hamstrings are tricky. Very ignorant of Coach Dan Quinn. And the eerie thing is, I do not want to see this kid end up like RG3. The similarities with the yard marks between Smith and Theismann, and now you got RG3 and Jaden Daniels are eerie. Very eerie. Give me the Lions by too much. The Lions have no problem playing on grass. They have no problem playing. They did this to the other team in the Beltway. They whipped up on the Ravens earlier in the year, where nobody could stop Gibbs or Monty. I think you're going to see something comparable to that. And I'm going to call for a Jameson Williams sighting. He's going to catch a streamer from Jared Goff late in the game, where they're kind of needing a stop just to be in it, but they're never really going to truly be in it. Give me the Detroit Lions. I'm going to go 34, Washington Commanders 13. I think this is going to be a real blowout, and I would not be shocked if Detroit scores 40 here. We saw what happened last week to the Commanders at home. That home field means nothing right now. This team is decimated. This team is in a bad place.
I agree. I think this is going to be a sweep for all of us. Prove me wrong, Book, but I think Detroit is going to just come in there and just run all over them. I mean, Sonic and Knuckles is just going to be in full effect. And then Goff just, you have your Sam Laportas, your Amon-Ra St. Brown, your Jameson Williams. It's just going to get ugly really fast, boys. That Commanders defense is just,
do you want to give your prediction for Commanders and Lions?
They're just not going to be very good.
You don't have one. I'm curious to see if you agree with us.
Samuel's still on that team, but he's not who he once was with San Fran. There's a reason they wanted to depart with him. I know he wanted to leave San Fran too, but believe me, it was a mutual parting. Again, no Scary Terry. Zach Ertz is still there. That's great, but he's not who he once was. They just don't have anybody. You know what I mean? They lost Jaden Daniels, their best offensive weapon.
And Daniels give a lot of life to Ertz.
Detroit by a lot. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I was just piggybacking what you said real quick about Ertz. Jaden Daniels gave a lot of life to Zach Ertz, because Zach Ertz has not been able to click with anybody like that probably since Carson Wentz. You got to go back a ways.
Yeah, I used to throw him the ball quite a bit. I agree.
We call that a segue, folks. I always give said that.
He made me look good. He was my lifeline out there when we played for Philly. Give me Detroit 35. Give me the Washington Commanders 17, and there's some garbage time shit in there, boys.
Yeah, I'm with it all day. Okay. What you got, bro?
I'm going to complete the trifecta of a sweep here. Shout out to you guys. Yeah, this is about to get ugly. I have Detroit 44. Commanders 17. Yeah, this is about to get ugly.
I took her out to pee and pool already.
This is about to get very ugly.
You're not wrong.
Jaden down. Terry McLaurin's down. You're down.
Right after he's got his bag too, boys. Tell me the irony in that too. Just like Brandon Ayuk, he got his bag with the Niners.
Words out of my mouth. Well, I was about to say Ayuk.
Yeah, Ayuk tore his ACL himself. Hasn't played a snap this year, and he's not going to play for another couple of weeks. And then you have Scary Terry, got his bag, held out, the same bullshit, the same crap. And now Scary Terry, he's played like he's played 2 games or maybe 3 this year. Like, what the heck?
And he's always been a guy that plays through everything. I mean, I was happy when he got
his bag now.
I didn't think they were going to do right by him.
I bet you he could play through that fucking calf or the thigh injury, but he won't because he doesn't need to. He's got his guaranteed money now. I mean, that's what changes players now. I hate to say that because I love Scary Terry as a person too. He's so good, and he's always been a gamer. He's been on terrible teams for a long time. He got his bag, and conveniently he's hurt for the first time in his career.
I do think that to a level,
it's very weird.
I do think that to a level, it's also a little bit of an anger towards the organization because we all know it's a business and they have to be on both sides of the table. But I think in McLaurin's case, I think he was a little offended because he's like, damn, guys, I was with Riverboat Ron. I was through all the hard times. I was with, who was the quarterback when Alex Smith had that comeback player of the year bid, but he didn't play the play? Henneke. He was with Henneke.
Taylor Henneke.
Yeah, man. He's and they actually gave Tampa their toughest game in those playoffs, believe it or not. That was a year to forget for the NFC East as the Commanders had a losing record winning the division. We had
actually.
Yeah, when we had Eagles wide receiver coach Aaron Moorhead on the panel, we talked a little bit about more of the intricacies about what went into why the Eagles are pulling certain talent. And all I'm going to say is, like, I'm going to honor that it was off air. But as a Giant fan, I had to rib him a little because as bad as we were that year, it don't matter. You still want to get in the playoffs because you never know. But, man, that was that was just a year to forget for the division. And you could be onto something, Shed. But I do think that McLaurin might not have the same loyalty to this team that he did a few years ago because when people try to devalue you after a certain amount of time in,
it hurts.
I do think that it's the other side of it that comes into play too. Because
Debo played that card too. The Niners re-signed him, and then he was happy for a couple of years, but then and the Niners have been successful within reason. Obviously, injuries have decimated him, in a couple of years. Obviously, as we all know. That was an addition
that kind of threw me off because, like, Debo could never be on this roster what he was for the 49ers for a little.
Correct.
Because there's nobody on Washington that even has the kind of offensive philosophies that Kyle Shanahan had that put Debo in great positions. Because, prior to run CMC, Debo was Mr. Everything for the Niners. And were it not for a couple of small things, the Niners probably sweep the Rams that year and get that third victory. That was going back to the Garoppolo era where you could have seen a 49er Bengal rematch.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And we're leaving that up. You saw why I did that.
Absolutely.
LA Rams in Santa Clara. Kyle Shanahan has had Sean McVay's number for so many of these games, but the big one he didn't. The head-to-head NFC title game that I just alluded to. Shed is our resident 49er fan, so I would like for you to start this up and finish this one up too on both sides of that. But you are the resident fan here for the Niners.
The Niners are very banged up and they still keep winning. But they remember, fellas, going into the year this year, the Niners had the easiest schedule on paper. Now, if they're 100% healthy, which we all know they are very, very far from that, but they're deep playoff run, Super Bowl contender, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. Not the case anymore, fellas. They're still winning, but again, a lot of it has to do with the schedule, the schemes. There's a lot of coaching going on here, though, with Robert Saleh on that defensive side of the ball, losing the best overall linebacker in the NFL in Fred Warner, losing a top 5 defensive end in Nick Bosa, and you're still competing, which is great. The Niners just don't have it anymore. I mean, they may make the playoffs as a 10-7 team or something of that nature. They got lucky with the Rams last time. I mean, McVay made a very gutsy call, and good for him. But this time around, I like the Rams, boys. A lot of Puka Nacua, Matthew Stafford, Kyron Williams. He does have the Fumarooskies once in a while, but you have Devontae Adams. They used 3 tight ends last week, all 3 of them had 2 catches each. I mean, they're spreading the ball around. Tutu Atwell's got the long ball. That defense with Gerard Verse and Byron Young, they're for real.
They're for real.
Verse is a player the Falcons needed to draft. I just wanted to say that. I got nothing against
Jared Verse is nasty.
I got nothing against Michael Penix, but that was the player Atlanta should have drafted. But I do have a thing against left-handed quarterbacks, though. That has nothing. It's not his fault he's left-handed, but left-handed quarterbacks don't win. Not the big one. One guy, Steve Young. That's it. One guy.
In a great system too.
Yes, sir.
But all that said, I do like the Rams to win here. I just the Niners are a good team. They're not a terrible team, but they're just too banged up, boys. I mean, it's that simple. I mean, Kittle finally came back. That's great. I think McCaffrey's going to have a little bit more success than he did the first time around because with Kittle on the field, they run the ball about 1.5 yards per rush or better. That's a lot if you add that up quick over a full game. He makes that much of a difference. But, you know, you have the Kendrick Bournes you signed off the street. You have Juwan Jennings, who's actually pretty good. But and Ricky Pearsall's going to be out again. No Brock Purdy. No Brandon Ayuk. The offense is the only thing. The offense is the only thing that can get this team to win that game. I mean, the defense is just they're depleted. They lost Malik Collins, by the way, boys. Their first round draft pick, 11th overall pick, gone towards ACL. Throw that into the mix of all the injuries they've had that are season ending. So yeah, I like the Rams to win here. I like them to win big, boys. Like, give me the Rams to win 27 to 17, 10-point game.
Okay, another trifecta. I got the Rams winning big. This will be Brock Purdy's first game back, correct?
No, he's not going to play. Max.
He's not playing?
Oh, Max going to start. Yeah.
Okay.
He's been playing great though. I mean, there's nothing to take away from Mac. He's been playing great.
No. I like Mac Jones. I thought that Purdy was just coming back though. I like Mac Jones. He definitely showed he can play. He can lead a team. He showed you this season. But it's okay. So I'm gonna give him more of a chance now that Mac. I know Mac is playing. I thought Brock was coming back for his first game. I didn't give him a chance at all. I'm gonna go Rams. 34-20.
Damn, that's okay. It's high. Okay.
Yeah,
Probably not wrong, by the way.
I'm not that far off on that one. I'm going 30-20 in favor of the Rams. I think everything has been explained that needs to be explained. I'll say this. The only way that – not the only way. That would be a little ignorant. If Matthew Stafford were to get hurt, take like a real bad shot in the middle of his back or something, things happen on the field, or just
worst pass rush in the NFL, Richie, is San Francisco. Ever since they lost Bosa and Malik Collins, they can't get to the quarterback, so he's going to be upright. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, okay. I'm looking for like a stretch way of how I could see the Niners winning this because the Niners have done this all year long where they're like, overcoming obstacles and logical thinking, but this is where it just doesn't happen. Give me the Rams by 10, 30-20 over the 49ers. It could be worse, but I'm giving it a 10-point spread.
All right.
Yeah, and by the way, the only advantage the Niners have is special teams. The Rams kicker is awful, and the Niners kicker is very good. But
maybe you block one. Maybe you block one and take it to the house.
Maybe, but again, that's the only advantage. The other two sides of the ball are heavily favored in the LA Rams.
Yeah, Kyle Shanahan has, like I said, he has had McVay's number, but this is going to be a tall order. And I think the Rams are a better football team.
They are
one of my two teams to make the NFC title game in our preseason predictions.
The Rams are a good team, boys.
No, they're legit. They're legit this year. They have a shot. The Steelers at 5-4 go to SoFi, the home of the Rams and the Chargers. 6-3 Chargers. The Chargers are getting more and more out of Justin Herbert lately. He's been passing for multiple touchdown passes, better part of a month now. I know Idris has been, I wouldn't say impatient with Herbert, but wanting to see more out of him. He said that over the course of the last couple of years on the show. But sometimes it's situational coaching that can hurt a player's numbers where you want more and more looking like a Joe Burrow or somebody like that. The thing I like about this Charger team is that they have balance. Oronde Gaston out of Syracuse, quite the draft pick, a guy that I feel is one of the best athletes at the tight end position, and he's only into the first month of his career actually getting real burn, getting real playing time. Kamani Vidal, this could be his last chance to really make his impression because Omarion Hampton could be back the week after this, or maybe 2 weeks, but it's coming soon where Omarion Hampton returns, but Kamani Vidal last week with a large workload didn't get it done. I don't necessarily think that schematically that's going to change the workload this particular week. Pittsburgh has consistently struggled against the run. They showed their ass last week against the Indianapolis Colts. Now, one of the things that people insult SoFi about is that when you get like very passionate fan bases, they take over attendance even when the Rams and Chargers are good, because it's not that kind of home field advantage like a dog pound, like a Superdome, like Philly, etc. But I expect the Steelers fans to be out there in full force. But I like the home team here. I think the Chargers are a better team. Aaron Rodgers is not that mobile. And if they have the opportunity to, they're gonna make sure they put the wood on Aaron Rodgers here. And I'm actually concerned because you do not want Rodgers to have to chuck the ball more than 25 times in this game, but I think that's what's going to happen because I have a bad feeling that it's going to be tough sledding for Jaylen Warren and anybody in that Steeler backfield. I think the Charger front seven is underrated because people are still getting used to them kind of arriving to the table. Give me the Los Angeles Chargers by a score of 31-20, an 11-point victory over the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't think the Steelers are as good as some may believe. And I think the fact that Lamar got healthy in time, the Steelers are going to find a way to fork over this division to the Ravens. And I'm going to go as far as even saying that the Steelers might be the team on the outside looking in when everything's tallied up for playoff time. I think the Steelers were very fortuitous to be in the position they're in. And personally, they should have one more loss because they should have lost the opener in the shootout against their former quarterback, Justin Fields. That's what I got. Chargers by 11.
Okay. Well, here's what I got. That Pittsburgh defense showed up last week. I think they got a wake-up call a little bit, boys. I do like Khalil Mack coming back for the Chargers. I do to Rondé Gadsden, Syracuse. As you guys know, I'm a Syracuse fan. Also, another guy that made the Los Angeles Chargers squad from Syracuse as a walk-on, undrafted, Marlo Wax. He's a backup linebacker, but plays special teams. Just some little trivia for everybody. But so Syracuse does produce some NFL players. But yeah, to go back to the game, I do like what Justin Herbert's doing. I like Quentin Johnson. He's had another career resurrection. I mean, he played a little bit good last year towards the end of the season, and he's been lighting it up this year. However, that Pittsburgh defense, I think is going to show up. I do like Aaron Rodgers to overcome that pass rush in LA, and give me the Pittsburgh Steelers to win this one in an upset. Give me Pittsburgh Steelers 20-24. Give me the Los Angeles Chargers 20.
All right.
What you got, Book?
Yo.
And so what you got?
Pittsburgh. I don't want to sound like a homer, but I'm going Pittsburgh. They got momentum. Great win coming off last week. Great win. Excellent win. I'm going to go Pittsburgh. I feel like the run game is coming along. I feel like the offensive line is getting more cohesive. I feel like they've got a spot for Jalen Ramsey at safety that puts him to
Good shout out there. Him moving to safety.
Yeah, they got him at safety. That's a great spot for him. Great spot for him. They have their corners. They have Porter and Slay. So you have him at safety. That's a great spot for him. And I just feel like they've been playing better each week. Now they ran up. They took a loss at Cincinnati. They had a couple of hiccups, but if they can get this offensive line together, I thought they were going to get Rashid Shaheed, but Seattle got him. But if they can get this offensive line together, they can make a run for the Super Bowl. But I like Pittsburgh in this game. Double digits.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, that leaves us with one final game. That leaves us with one final game, Monday Night Football. Philadelphia Eagles, Green Bay Packers. These teams this is their third meeting in the last 2 years, as last year they opened up against each other. in Brazil. That was a really good one. The rematch, not as good, as Green Bay missed a ton of opportunities where I think that could have swayed the game in their favor. Now, after a mini slump, the Eagles are starting to click all the way through. Saquon's coming off his first 100-yard game. And, when you combine that with the bye week, that's a good thing for a team, because sometimes the bye week could be a bad thing. Sometimes it could be a good thing. I think it's a good thing right now for the Philadelphia Eagles. And, I would have to think for a second, but it's been a while since the Packers dropped 2 in a row at home. But unfortunately for the Green Bay faithful, I think that's exactly what's going to go down here. I personally picked the Packers to make the NFC title game in my preseason show. I had them in the Rams, and I kind of jumped their expectation after the Micah Parsons signing. But my biggest holdup with the Green Bay Packers was 2 things. Number one, it's for a team that plays in that inclement weather, they still haven't proven to me that they could play in their elements and push people around the way that the 49ers have pushed them around in their elements over the years. Other teams have gone into Green Bay, and they don't have that same aura that they had back in the day in the Brett Favre era, or even take it back further to Star all the way through the 60s.
That's a good point.
They don't have that same aura in Green Bay that they once upon a time did. And my late father was a diehard Green Bay Packers fan. And I cannot stand the Philadelphia Eagles, but it's my obligation to be honest. The Philadelphia Eagles are going to run often on the Green Bay Packers. Packers are going to give some resistance early, but I do believe in the third quarter, the Green Bay Packers are going to get tired of having to make plays in the secondary, especially when Jordan Love is going to be under 100 yards passing at halftime. Jordan Love is the guy holding back the Green Bay Packers in this particular game. I believe the Philadelphia additions on defense are going to shine. But I will give a shout out to former Giant Xavier McKinney, who will have a signature interception in this game off of Jalen Hurts, albeit in a losing effort. Give me the Philadelphia Eagles 30. Give me the Green Bay Packers 23. I'm sorry, Dad. I just think the Eagles are a better football team.
Yeah, a lot what you said. I mean, there's just, the Saquon factor. You have the best offensive line in football. Jalen Hurts does not scare me, but his receivers do.
Mm-hmm.
Some Devontae Adams, some A.J. Brown, some Dallas Goedert. You can even throw in some Jahan Dotson if you feel up to it. Green Bay, they're a death by 1,000 cuts in that they don't have a main wide receiver except for Tucker Kraft, who by the way, just tore his ACL and he's out for the year. That completely changes that.
Romeo Doubs does understand that he didn't pass away, right?
Correct. Yeah, he hasn't done nothing. But they had Jaden Reed, but he broke his collarbone in the beginning of the year. He was probably their true number one. But Christian Watson did just come back, but he still hasn't lit anybody up yet. But I think that may be coming. I don't think it's going to be in this game. So all that said, give me the Philadelphia Eagles to win it and convincingly win, to just show everybody that they're for real and Green Bay Packers are a pretender, not a contender, just in this game specifically. So give me the Philadelphia Eagles 34. Give me the Green Bay Packers 20.
Oh, wow. Double digits.
I don't believe in Green Bay that much. Jordan Love scares me. I just don't think that they have a good team, but they're not everything.
Oh, no, I completely agree with you. And you know what, fellas? Listen, I'm glad Rich invited me up here because I have a lot of like-minded brothers across the country. I believe in Jordan Love, brother. I feel like Trey Lance would be a perfect quarterback for that team, but they've already paid Jordan Love. So you're stuck with him now. You've given him 9 figures. You're stuck with him, and he's going to hold your team back. Your team is going to go as he goes. I have Philly, for all the reasons you guys said. I have Philly getting to the 40s.
Ooh, dang, lighten them up.
It wouldn't shock me, guys, because I said on the show less than 2 weeks ago, when I think about the Packers, I think about fragility. But before we get out of here, one last thing I want to do, especially with you being a new guest, and I appreciate you giving us your time and hanging with us today. Do appreciate that. Start bench cut. We're going to talk about Saints' best quarterbacks not named Drew Brees. So Drew Brees is not a possibility here. I'm going to give you guys 3 names. So just bear with me.
Tyler Shock.
I'm going to type these in. I don't think it'll be too much of a shock to people that are fond of the New Orleans Saints, but you never know because
Jameis Winston, Tyler Shock. And David Carr.
I'm going to give a big shout here just to kind of age myself a little. All right. Rules of start bench cut. And nobody who's seen the show yet. I give my guys 90 seconds each to make the point on who they start, who they bench, who they cut. And me as the judge give somebody a dub or an L here. That's how it rolls. Here are the names. Archie Manning, Aaron Brooks, and Billy Joe Tolliver.
Okay, those are the 3 names?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. I'm ready. Whenever you guys are ready.
All right. Being that this is your first time on the show, would you like to go first or last?
I'll go first.
All right, let's get it. Archie Manning, Aaron Brooks, and Billy Joe Tolliver. Start bench cut. You are on the clock.
Shoot, you laid it out perfectly, brother. Start Archie, bench Aaron, and cut Billy Joe.
All right, and what are your main reasons as to why?
Well, Archie, before we had Drew, Archie was the best player we ever had. I mean, and reason being was because he was the most talented player on a team devout of talent. So, he was running for his life. He had no line. I mean, he still put up numbers. We didn't win, but you seen the talent with Archie. And obviously you knew the IQ was there because he gave you Eli and Peyton, afterwards. So Archie starting. Aaron Brooks, he was talented. He didn't have the IQ, but he still got the job done when we needed to get the job done. Got us to our first playoff. Got us our first playoff win, and I can't cut him for that. So Billy Joe, obviously, come on, Billy Joe. I don't even need to say anything about it.
He played in such a bad era for them where his defenses were really, really good. No.
Yeah,
I thought Derek Carr would have been in that. I'm sorry, Ryan. I thought Derek Carr would have been in there somewhere.
No, I'm unfortunately, I'm going to agree with Book here. I'm going to start Archie Manning, and to add to a little bit of his reason for starting him. When he played, he was the only thing on that team that was worth watching. I mean, he ran he ran for his life the entire time. Everybody saw, but the thing is, the NFL at that time saw the talent, but they're just like, help this man. You know what I mean? You could put him up there with Daniel Jones. Not that he was the talented Archie, but the point is like, help this man. Do something for him. Put some talent around him. Do something for him.
Sure.
And that just never happened. And Aaron Brooks, I mean, this poor man, I mean, very similar. Like that dude brought him to the playoff, and I feel bad for all 3 quarterbacks. Like, is this a feel bad session? Like, are we in mourning? None of them are dead, but I'm just like, man, like everybody just had a very rough go at it.
I do want to say one thing. I don't mean to interrupt you and continue if you have more to say.
No, you're right. I
do want to ask the Saints fan here because I think his opinion would be greater than ours because that's his team. Do you think that I made a mistake by not putting in Carr? I'll give you the reason as to why I didn't, but I'm curious.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you definitely made a mistake not putting Derek Carr in there.
He wasn't there.
Now, let me ask you this. If Carr was on this list, would it sway you any way to put him above Aaron Brooks or even above the Royal Archie Manning?
No. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just curious because, we could apply it here. I was just curious if that would change your perception of does he jump Aaron Brooks?
This is crazy. This is tough. this is tough for me to say. It's kind of like Carr was like in the situation that Archie was in. Like I say, Aaron Brooks had more talent than both those guys had. So let's hold on. Derek Carr in 2 years threw 42 touchdowns and 13 interceptions. In 2 years, we had one of the worst coaches of all time in NFL history, Dennis Allen. So he did all that, and he had no left tackle. He had a bust at left tackle. We just traded Trevor Penning to the Chargers. Y'all see that, right? Mm-hmm. Trevor Penning was traded. I don't know if you saw that, but he was traded to the LA Chargers. He was on his third position in 3 years. That was Derek Carr's left tackle. So we tried him at left tackle. We tried him at right tackle. Didn't work. We tried him at guard, and we traded him. So Derek Carr, man, I mean, he definitely gets a bad rap. And he gave the Saints $30 million back when he retired this year. So for that alone, I got to put him above.
He didn't have to do that.
I got to put him above all Archie and Aaron Brooks.
Here's my problem with that. Book is I'm not a Saints fan, but he didn't play there long enough. Like these guys that we listed played there for years. That's my problem. He was there 2 years. So
But any of those guys made $30 million that they gave back to the organization with the numbers that Carr had?
You couldn't make $30 million back then either, though. To be fair. So I'm saying though, if you average the salary out, that he may have been comparable to the other three, but like, only reason I couldn't put Derek anywhere near there is because of that. Like he was only there 2 years. These guys played there. Within reason their whole careers there. I mean, Billy Bob Thornton there or whatever played for the Chiefs and everybody else, but
I would conceivably put Derek Carr in front of Brooks because of the stat line that was just shared. But I will say this: the fact that I didn't put Derek Carr, neither one of you boys take the loss. I will cut the host.
Cut
the host because that was
obnoxious.
that's actually on me for not putting Carr on that list, even though it was a short-lived stint. And if I had to pick a number 4,
Jameis Winston.
Yeah, probably Jameis Winston.
Bench cut trade.
I want
bench cut. Ooh, throw a caveat in there.
Something that a lot of people forget: the legendary matchup between Drew Brees and Tom Brady, which was the final game of Drew Brees' career. A lot of people lose sight, unless if you really remember the game or you had an vested interest in the game. The best pass in that game was not by Tom Brady, and it was not by Drew Brees. It was actually by Jameis Winston in a losing effort. And I personally think Jameis threw the best pass in that particular game. But listen, great having you here. We appreciate it. And anytime you want to come back, by all means, you do. I think I shared my number with you. Give me a holler for sure.
I will definitely, man. I'm glad you guys had me. Like I said, it was all love, Ryan. Shout out to Ryan. Shout out to Bosco, man. Shout out to you, Richie. I appreciate you guys, man. Like I said, I would love to have you guys on the show in TND. Richie, I'll send you the link.
I do want to speak on that for a second. Our TND Sports and Entertainment. I know you guys are on Facebook. Definitely a very cool place to get the sports deets in, entertainment deets. A lot of cool people in there. Absolutely. So check those guys out, TND Sports and Entertainment on Facebook. Any other handles for the TND show for now? Or
No. It's TND Sports Talk.
It's TND Sports Talk. All right.
Yeah, good to meet you as well, man. You were a great addition to the panel, man. I'm happy you came on. It was fun.
Thank you.
No, this was good.
Absolutely,
this
man.
Was
You're
good.
great.
Yeah, much love, Ryan. Much love.
Coming up soon, I'm going to be doing an MLB show regarding the free agency market. I have some ideas for my New York Yankees that I'm going to be sharing. I'm going to ask him before we get out of here. Hey, Noah.
Yeah.
Pete Alonso or Giancarlo Stanton?
Giancarlo Stanton.
Oh, you're so loyal.
Oh, wow.
My little says Giancarlo Stanton to stay. I have a cook-up that would have Pete Alonso in New York, Giancarlo Stanton staying in New York, but playing for a team that wears blue and orange. And I will elaborate on that on a future show. I don't have anything against G, but I'm tired of players holding down lineups, limiting lineups. You look at the team that just won the World Series. the Los Angeles Dodgers are the quintessential example of what versatility looks like. And that's why they won. Well, they also won because of Toronto's ball.
They won for a lot of reasons, and the money bag is a lot of it. Getting all the Japanese players because it's closer to freaking Japan than it is in New York.
Yeah, the Japanese influx for that particular organization has been powerful, and it has been very effective.
Can't compete. No one can compete.
But I'll tell you what, man. Defensively, I never saw a more intelligent team over the course of a 7-game series. It hurt me like hell to see my baseball icon, Don Mattingly.
He's going to retire. You see that?
Is it officially he's retiring? I know he stepped away from the Jays to reassess what he wants to do next.
Yeah, the word retirement came out, but I don't think there's 100% confirmation.
I watched an interview with him yesterday that did not say the R word, but we shall see. Until next time, he is Ryan. He is Boop. I am Richie. Thank you for watching. Have a great night, everyone. If you haven't already, please make it a point, like and subscribe to the channel, the Richie Hicks Jr. Sports Podcast on YouTube. Announcements to come for our next show. Enjoy NFL Week 10. Peace. We out.